I'm back. How's it going, everyone? Sorry that I was MIA last week. Because I wasn't really MIA because I told you all that I wouldn't be able to do a live stream. And then there was the 2 weeks before that, I had to miss another one because the Adobe event. But listen, I'm back. For the foreseeable future, Fridays should be good. I'm excited to be here with you all. Today, I'm going to be lettering commenters' names, just as I always do. I try to do this by doing it first come, first served to keep things fair. But I've also made it possible, if you just can't possibly wait and you just really want your name drawn, that you can skip the line with a minimum super chat of $10. Also, I have decided to make my live streams, I turned off monetization so they won't play any ads, or at least they shouldn't. But, you know, because of that, I have to do other things. So maybe I'll mention my Skillshare class quickly. I do have an introduction to illustrative lettering Skillshare class that I just released, which goes into my process for lettering, creating lettering styles, creating lettering compositions. There's typographic fundamentals in there. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's a link below. The link will get you your first month on Skillshare for free if you're not already on Skillshare. There's a ton of amazing classes on there. I think you should check it out. So there's one ad. We just got that out of the way. I got to do it because yesterday I actually dropped my camera and broke my lens and had to overnight a lens in order to do this live stream today. So that's how committed I was to not missing this. So, you know, maybe sign up for my Skillshare class. Also, if you're interested in some of my stuff, like my gritty vector presets or, some of my shirts like this one, you can get them in my shop and you can use the promo code LIVE to get a discount on them. I think it's 20% off. Pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, so quickly, I just got to. Well, actually, it's sort of like a preview for drawing names because I'm going to show you a whole bunch of name drawings. Just a quick shout out to all of my channel members. All of my super supporter and above tiers get their name illustrated and included in all the videos I make while they are active members. This is the current team of amazing people. Couldn't do it without you. You helped me to do a live stream like this without running any ads. So shout out to them. They're the best. Oh, I said promo code, but I didn't say where, but there's a link below to my shop. And you can find stuff there. Actually, I think you can see actual products there too. So there's always that. Let's check in with the chat before we start drawing. Mitchell Van Buren 2. Howdy. You said you finally made one. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm currently very self-conscious about my hands. I did not realize that I was someone who talks with their hands a lot, but I got a comment recently, and I know I shouldn't listen to all the comments, but the comment was like, "Can't you just talk without moving your hands?" It felt a little rude, but now I'm constantly thinking about my hands because of that comment. So if you're watching this live stream, which I think you probably aren't, because if you're someone who would leave a comment like that, I can't imagine you're watching my live streams. But anyway, you hurt my feelings, okay? Adam All, coming in hot with the super chat, adding it to the broadcast so you can see it. Looks like I'm going to be drawing your name first. Trent, how's it going? Channel member, VIP, Floyd Beastie, Steve Miller song in his head, maybe Maurice. What does that mean? Marcus Rice, also a channel member, says, "Hey Chris, I don't mean to come in hot." Oh no, I spelled your name wrong. Is that in the supporters? Let's pull this back up. I can't find it in there. Maybe it is. I am very sorry that I drew your name wrong. I think we're gonna have to fix that. Maybe I will try to fit that in today. If not, I will make it good. Did I draw your name in a live stream, or is it one of the channel member things that I didn't see when I looked at it quickly? Let me know. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I try to write them down so I don't mess it up, but sometimes when you're lettering and stylizing letters, you mess it up. Tabitha Durham, another channel member. Nice to see you. Eerie September. My birthday's in September. Did you know that? Glad you're here. Moisa, you said you promised to not complain if my stream is twice as long as last week's. I'll probably go a little long. I always go long when I do the drawing names because it takes longer than I think it's going to. Diana Lisa, how are you doing? VIP mega channel supporter. Triple RPG, how's it going? Thank you so much. Love you too. Andrew JD, you said what? That's what I'm saying too. Mariana, greetings from Mexico. Awesome. Trent, you said, was it the wife? Mine is the most mean to me. You know, my wife's pretty nice to me, to be honest. But she's actually, it's funny you say that because she actually did point out my hands to me before that, but she said it in like a nice way. She's like, oh, it's engaging. I don't know. Andrew, you said you love my hands. Thank you so much. Drew, haters gonna hate. Awesome. Thank you all so much for the support. Mike Phelps, you said drawing a request for my name because I bought all of your brushes and didn't use a promo. Oh, thank you for the support. Let's see. Oh, Moisa, you said it's the third row on the far right. I believe that's the name I messed up. Third row, far. Oh, there it is. Maurice Rice. Wow. Really dropped the ball on that one. I think I need to edit the actual file. So I'm going to do that after the live stream. And I will fix it. I'm sorry. Seamus, you love my videos. Thank you so much. Scott Shepard. You asked, do I export my Fresco animations exclusively as PNG sequences? I exported an animation today as an MP4, but it was super blurry. I don't always do a PNG. I only do a PNG if I'm going to overlay it on my videos. Though sometimes I will do a GIF because I test the beta versions of Fresco, and they've updated the GIF export to have really good, clean, transparent GIFs. In the current version, I don't know if you've ever tried to export a GIF that's transparent, but it always has like a weird halo border on it, which doesn't look good. The upcoming version is going to have much cleaner export, and I've been using that. So sometimes I'll just use a GIF, but I do the PNG sequence often. If I'm just making something to share on Instagram, I will do an MP4. My tip is that when you are going to export that motion thing, sometimes it defaults to a small size. And I find if you just toggle to a different option, like go to PNG or like GIF and then back to MP4, or there might be like a web ready option, you just uncheck that and it'll go back to the original size, and then you can export at that size and then it won't be blurry. At least it shouldn't be. Sometimes it's just trying to like automatically make a small file size for you, even if you don't want that to be the case. So you just gotta switch it back. Nems, Inks, hello. Okay. Agnieszka, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but hello, glad you're joining for the first time. Thanks for being so understanding, Marcus. And Brennan, you said the TMNT series is so good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I got to see how many I have and decide if I'm going to do some more. If there's any Ninja Turtle characters that you would really love to see me do in the style I've been doing, if you haven't seen them, jump onto my Instagram where I've been posting them. I think I've done between 20 and 30 so far, and I'm going to do like a big print with them. But I've been drawing them in like a weird mix between my style and like traditional Japanese tattoo style, and there've been a lot of fun. So check them out. All right, I'm going to switch over to my iPad so we can get started drawing because I'm delaying a little bit. And just, you know, a friendly reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you turn on notifications, you'll know every time I'm going to go live. I try to go live every Friday at 10:30 Eastern, but I might try to start doing some more random live streams so that I can do more of these like drawing names live because it's a lot of fun. People seem to like it and I get a lot of requests for them. So if you turn on your notifications, you'll know when I'm going to do it. Also, quick note, Tuesday's video will be about color. It'll be the positive way to think about it is 5 tips to make you have better color, or the more one that'll get more clicks is 5 mistakes you're making with your color and ruining your life. So, color video, 5 tips or 5 mistakes that you're making and ruining your art. Whatever you want to think about there. Okay. We got a new document. I'm going to start drawing. Just making sure the sound is good. I'm going to try to turn on my background music because I find it helpful when I'm drawing. Let me know if you're into it or if it bugs you. Some people leave comments complaining about the music, but you know, I think it helps with the downtime. Trent Langley said, 5 mistakes, number 3 will shock you. I need to hire Trent to start writing my titles because that's one thing that I am not good at. I haven't mastered the art of the semi-clickbaity YouTube title, and it's sort of crucial to like grow your channel. You know what I mean? So Trent, he's going to take over in that regard. Okay. The first name I'm going to be drawing is because it's a super chat and it is Adam All, and I'm going to be very careful because I messed up Marcus's name. Adam. So this is my lettering. This is the drawing. Do you like it? Did I nail it? Okay. Let me go back to the chat. All right, the first one's always rough. We got double A's in the house. Sometimes you just gotta get into it. Because the last name is just 3 letters, maybe we could try doing something with that to start. Maybe we can like make a shape to work with. It's a good way to get warmed up. So maybe we start with that and then like could draw these like the H in the middle like that. And the A. Maybe we can do like an L with a little thing coming up to help with the shape. Maybe you can have like some 3D action. Okay, maybe it's something. But then what about the Adam part? I sort of wish this was the first name and then I could put like Adam below, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe we can make it like big and have like Adam in this like center thing, in the center of the H maybe? What if we make it like wider, like this? I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go in with the vectors for this one to get some angles, sharp angles. Okay, let's grab vector brush. Maybe we'll use my gritty vector brush sets. We'll use the VV Sharpie. Shout out to Gritty Vector. Melissa, you said maybe a foot soldier. That's for the Ninja Turtles thing. That would be cool. I should do that. Okay, so I'm thinking I want this, whoops, to be a little thicker. Ready? Let's okay, so I'm gonna get these angles locked in. And then I'm gonna use the ruler actually, so I make it straight. Sometimes this ruler is very finicky to rotate. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna do like the halfways and then flip it so it's symmetrical. Okay, let me turn that off. And now I'm going to duplicate this and then flip it. I'm gonna double tap the modifier because that locks the x-axis, and that way I can keep it all in line. Like that. And then I'm gonna merge these down, and then I'm gonna double tap the modifier to get rid of the overlaps that we don't need. Okay. So now I want to do the H part. So I guess I'm just going to I think I want it to be wider. I'm gonna do it on a separate layer so I have more control. Like that. And then we will duplicate it and then bring it over like that. Okay. I'm gonna do another duplicate. And another one. And this way I can like decide easily how wide I want the legs of the H to be. I think I want them to be pretty thick. Okay, cool. So let's merge this down. Merge down. Yeah. Delete that overlap stuff. Okay, and now let's do the crossbar situation. I think I want to go all the way across so that I can have everything line up. Okay, and now I just want to make a little bit of space, extra space between the letters. I think I made the L too skinny of a line, maybe. We'll have to see. I wonder if it would look weird if I angle it. Sorry, everyone. I'm doing a lot of deep thinking right now. We're gonna try. We might have to make some adjustments. Let's get that leg of the A, and then I think this might be a mess. We're gonna have to see. Sometimes the first one is a struggle. You guys know this, the regulars. Sometimes I feel like the first one, it's like, wait, do I even know how to do lettering? Do I know how to do anything? Am I just a dummy? A dumb dummy? That's sometimes often how I feel, in case you're wondering. Ah! Well, let's turn this off and just take a moment to think. Isn't that interesting? What are we doing here? I think what might be cool is if we just quit. I think I have a trick. Article, thanks for letting me know that my video is helpful. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I think I messed up the width of the L, and since I want it to be symmetrical, what I'm gonna do is copy this L, so copy, paste, and then I'm gonna flip it, double tap the modifier to lock the x-axis, and bring it over here, and then we realize, hey, my angles are apparently wild? What did we do? It's okay, we're just using it as a guide. Why do I do these in the morning when I'm brain dead? How are we ever gonna... I'm definitely gonna have to go long today because we are already off to a rocky start. The good news is I'm gonna nail the second one, in case you were wondering. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay now. So my plan is to put like a black border around it to make this shape, and I think that's gonna make it not look as awkward. So let's delete that. Let's merge that down. Let's pull that together. Pull it together, Chris. All right, let's do this line down here for the 3D effect, and then pull that in. Pull that in. We can draw through that so we can exit out. Oh wait, I wanted to make it wider. See, I have this music on because sometimes I'm just rambling nonsense and mumbling. But shout out to you all for hanging out through it. I think this border is going to help make this not look as bad. It might actually look cool. Okay, so let's do some chopping. All this extra stuff we don't need. All right, so I think the magic is when we fill this in, I think it's gonna not look bad anymore. Or it's gonna give it some structure. All right, so I'm making a new layer and I'm going back to my sketch brush because I want to put Adam in the middle, but I want it to look Adam. I think we're starting over. I'm sorry. We're starting over. We're just doing it. It's just what happens. We're just, you know what? I'm going to trust my gut and I'm just going to wing it. And we're going to start with Adam this time. Okay, so sometimes you just gotta kind of go for it and see what happens. And sometimes you got to start over. Sometimes you got to throw away what you're doing. Sometimes it's just an exercise to kind of get moving. And that's what happens. Sometimes you make turds. And this might be a turd too, but this is what sketching is for. I don't know if you know, but sometimes you gotta do a lot of bad thumbnail sketches. The funny thing is, like, this is gonna be the live stream where I just like break and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I'm terrible. I don't know, I'm thinking like some sort of like wiggly, like up on an angle like this, and then we can like do maybe like a all right, I think we can make that work. All right, let's merge this down. Let's not have a nervous breakdown. Let's double check the spelling. We gotta make that a little bit skinnier. And let's see if I can polish this turd. Got our smoothing up. All right, so now that I know that brush is way too small. Pro tip, when you're sketching and your brush is tiny, not helpful. It's easier when it's wide because it's like more forgiving and seems more, it's easier to like draw faster, I find. When it's a little chunkier. This is not my preferred brush. What pencil am I using? I'm not a big fan of the ones that like have all the side of the pencil thing where it gets wide. We gotta change that up. How did that happen? Yeah, I don't like regular pencil. My preferred sketching brush is the Retro Splico Scumpler from their liner set, which also has the classic inker, which is the one that I do most of my line work with. I like the contrast between like the script with the like wiggly letters because I feel like they sort of flow together. All right, let's delete our sad past and then make this good real quick. Classic inker in the house, smoothing way up because we're doing smooth stuff. Laura B, hello everyone. We forgot to make a new layer. What are you guys doing? You're supposed to tell me to make a new layer. That's too big. What are we doing here? So when I do these like wiggly letters, I try to make the lines follow each other. So if I'm doing something with an A where there's a crossbar, I'll draw the just like the legs first and then do the crossbar after because it's easier to get those lines to match up. Same with this H. And now that I know where the script is, I'm like drawing it to sort of fit into the shape a little bit, just so it feels, I don't know, like it locks together and fits together intentionally. My hand is falling asleep. I think because maybe I'm sitting too low, or my desk is too high. I think my desk is too high. It's a good thing I got this sit-stand desk and just lower it quickly. Okay. Fill this in. That's pretty cool. And now we can do this script. So I'm pushing pretty hard when I'm doing like the down strokes on the letters, and then when I get to like the end, I'm just trying to slightly lift a little bit to get it to just to taper a little bit. It's a little bit twice rapid fire. And now I'm just going to try to follow that curve. I'm just like lifting as I finish the line to get that clean stroke. I think I want to keep this more mono weight, except for the ends. That's too much. I just want this to be a little bit longer. Okay. All right, I'm happier with this one. I hope you like it, Adam. I'm just gonna pull this up a little bit. It almost broke me, but it didn't. Glad we're here. Okay. Looks like you're handling business in the chat, Trent. Thank you so much. All right, let's get up to the top again and see what's happening. It looks like the first person to comment this morning was a long name. Hopefully this one goes smoother. You know what? I need to start doing a warm-up lap before I do the live stream. But maybe it's interesting to see me struggle. Do you like seeing me struggle? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to smash my thumbs. We've only gotten 19 likes so far. I'm in the trenches over here, failing in front of you. It's embarrassing. And we only got 19 likes? Come on. I'm just kidding. Sort of. Only a little bit kidding. All right. Mitchell. Two L's, one T. Van B-U-R-E-N. We're already up to 24 likes. Thank you all so much. I think that's a 2. That's a 2, right? I believe that's a 2. All right. I don't know if you can. Trent, don't unlike and unlike. What do you? Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how it works. You tell me. You're my YouTube analytics guru now. Title writer. We put it on the same layer. We didn't want to do that. So let's cut and paste. It's the second time I've failed with the layer thing. Let's turn off Adam for now. And let's make a new layer to start sketching. I think because this is a longer name, I think working with shapes might help. And also, we've got some, like the last name has like we want to emphasize the lowercase in the Van Buren situation. So I'm thinking maybe we could do some like angle. Maybe it gets like bigger as it goes up or something. And then, so what I like to do at this point is just quickly write the letters in just to sort of figure out the spacing. I think it's a little short, so what I'm going to do is pull this guide out a little bit further, like that. Or I could have just made the name smaller, but I think seeing it makes me realize that we could use more room, and that angle was a little aggressive. So now with those quick letters there, I can sort of use that as like just a little skeleton-ish thing to help me plan it out. So I'm gonna make the A in the end just a little bit smaller. Already struggling with space here. Thinking I might do a like tuck the E into the R like that. I think I'm gonna go wild and just freestyle this extra bit because we ran out of space. And then I can just check it out with the lines afterwards. So I just had an idea that I'm gonna go with. So let's delete this. Delete this. So because I did that that thing with the R going below, I think it's a great way to solve the lowercase thing. I'm gonna put the V over the top, almost like the Vans logo. So I'm gonna draw new guides here to tighten this up a little bit. Okay, so now we can use this to make this a little bit tighter. We could even connect it with the B. We can try that. It might be cool. Maybe we should pull the R all the way across to balance the V. I think the R needs to be a little bit wider. Felt a little unbalanced. All right, like that. Oh, you know what? Maybe we could, I wonder if we could like pull this out a little further and then like tuck the 2. Maybe it could be more subtle. Oh, I got an idea. Let's end that there and like this. I think if we do that tighter, I think that'll be cool. All right, let's Let's come back to the 3D action that we were going to use in the last one. So see, it wasn't all for nothing. We're using it on this one. And now we gotta figure out a way to put Mitchell in there. It looks like someone is asking about. So Floyd, I am drawing on the iPad in Adobe Fresco, but I'm using Ecamm Live to pull it together with the video. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm noodling. I gotta figure out Mitchell. Usually I would figure out the two names together, but I got so caught up in the Mitchell part that I didn't do that. So maybe we will use the play off like the angle thing and make the opposite for Mitchell. Maybe it could be a little shorter. Maybe we need to play more with like the fitting letters together like this, since we were doing it below. And then I'm gonna tuck the L's on top of each other, I think. And then maybe we'll do 3D this way. And then merge this all together. I think just like rotating the whole thing, maybe. I think I'm gonna modify the angles of the 3Ds afterwards, but I think this is close enough that I can do the final line work. Let me just double check my spelling. Mitchell. Van Buren 2. Okay, cool. All right, this one is well suited for vector because we've got a lot of angles that connect to each other, and that lends itself really well to vector trimming. So I'm just gonna draw in these angles. I think I'm also gonna exaggerate the bottom too. I feel like it needs a little bit more exaggeration in the angles. I think it was a little static. I keep like wiping my shirt because my hand is numb, and I don't know why that is something that I feel like is making it better, but I don't think it is. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's not like it's sweaty, it's just numb. Or just tingly. So I'm just sort of exaggerating all of the angles a little bit here. And then once I have these like overall shapes, I can accidentally erase everything. Okay. All right, let's start with Van Buren for some reason. So yeah, this is why I wanted to use the vector trimming, because I can just like draw through all of these shapes. And it just makes it a lot easier when there's like connecting shapes. Because we can just draw it as one continuous line to make it perfect. Like for example, I should have done this differently. I should just do that top line all together, and then it'll fit perfectly. What I mean by that is like now I'll just do this as one continuous line. You just got to make sure you like draw all the way through them or the trimming won't work. Thanks, Paula. All right. I think I want to round out the bottom of the U, but I'm just going to do it as straight lines now, and then I'll do that afterwards. This might be one of those lettering treatments that like I'll do the main structure with the vector brushes, and then sometimes I'll convert it to a raster layer afterwards to give me more control and like clean it up afterwards, because really the only reason I'm doing the vector is for the trimming for this one. But it's just, you know, there's a lot more control with pixel brushes, and I prefer a more like analog look, and that's much easier to achieve with pixel brushes. Like even though this texture is pretty good, and like I use it all the time, you know, with a regular pixel brush, it's just sort of like ink. So you have a little bit more control, which I think is nice. Especially when you want to like round out some corners, it can be easier to do with a pixel brush. At least I find that to be the case. A lot of people kind of get caught up with vector and think that it's like absolutely required for everything, but you really only need it in some like select situations. Like if my client doesn't need it, or if it's not for like a logo, which, you know, I don't even do that much anymore. I work large enough that the resolution is usually never an issue, because I prefer drawing at like a minimum of 4,000 pixels. It's usually like 5,000 pixels wide, and that translates to, I think, like 16 inches at 300 dpi. So generally that's pretty big. And if I needed to like cheat it a little bit bigger, I could do that. All right, let's clean this up because it's messy. The reason there's more control with pixel brushes is because, so like vector is just made up of paths and points. So, you know, there's only so much you can do. Like you can get this little bit of grittiness and texture to it, but like it's all the same texture, just sort of repeating a little bit, because it's all, you know, based on math. It's just like recalculating and applying this texture to it. Whereas with pixel brushes, it's like actual stamp that can be very changed and modified. Like it's just, you know, straight up ink. It's an actual graphic, like an image. That's why you can get much more realistic texture with pixel brushes than you can even with like the best texture like vector brushes, because it's actual texture. It's not like emulated with shapes. Like everything in vector is like made out of, you know, vector shapes. So it's that's a dumb way to explain it, sorry. But you can like use actual texture as a brush in pixel brushes, where you have to make the texture out of vector art to make it into a vector brush. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. Some of the letters are a little bit tight, but when I do the 3D effect, I can go in and clean some of that up. Holy moly! Have I been streaming for an hour and haven't even done 2 names? I am a hot mess today. I am slow. I guess that's what I get for missing last week's live stream. I'm slow. I guess it's not my fault. They were tricky ones. We had a really short one and a long one, and both are equally difficult. Need a nice middle length name. This is I feel like watching the drawing with the vector trimming just looks kind of chaotic because I'm just making a mess. I should probably trim more regularly so it's like easier to see what's happening. But we're so close, might as well just keep going. All right, I think we got to clean up before we do the E. It's turned into a disaster. Oh, I forgot the, I was gonna put an extension onto the bottom of the M. I'll have to do that after. Beep, beep. Definitely gonna have to zoom in on some of these connections on the smaller ones. Hopefully this L isn't too small over here. I think when I put in the 3D effect, it'll make it look less tiny. All right, we're getting somewhere. Bap. Did not fully draw through that shape. That's why that happened. All right, so we got to draw in this M thing. And then another line to give it some breathing room. Thanks, Marcus. Yeah, Diana Lisa has helped me with Ecamm more than a few times. And I very much appreciate that. Because I did not know what I was doing. I still don't completely know what I'm doing, but you know, it's a little bit better now. Okay, so let's delete that. And then I think what I'll do is duplicate this and then turn down the opacity on the lower one. Then I'll make it a little bit smaller and like shift it and angle it a little bit like that. And then I'll use it as a guide to make new, to connect the letter. So it's just like connecting the same spot on each letter to itself. The lower version of it. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about? So it's just like that same spot. Connecting. And then I just noticed a connection we missed there, but we can fix that afterwards. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab the magic wand, and then on the top lettering layer, I'm just gonna select the center of the letters. Okay, so now that those are all selected, I'm just gonna click on that line work layer, the 3D thing I just did, and then erase, and then go to the lower one, also erase that. Realizing that I missed the E here, so we'll do the same thing with that. Erase. Now we can bring that back up. This is a little bit of a mess. I think I'm actually not going to use, I think it'll be faster instead of filling in all of those different things to just draw in the parts, the extra parts that I was missing. Because you could technically just use that layer and then just like keep filling in all the empty spots, but there's so many that this will be faster. We just want to make sure that all the ends are closed. Okay, cool. So now we can merge those together and we can delete this. Fill this. So this is okay, but there's some stuff that's not perfect. So what I would say what I would do, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it just so that I have the original if I need it. And I'm going to convert this to a pixel layer and rotate it a little bit just if I want to. And then I'm going to come in here and grab the classic anchor from Retro Supply Co. There's a link below to that if you're interested. It's in their liner set, but it matches up well with my VV Sharpie from the Gritty liner brush set, which is what I made it to do. And what I'm going to do here is just I'm going to grab white and then just fix some of these areas where it's a little, you know, it's not tight enough. And you can see that it's you know, it works well with that, with the Gritty vector brush, but it just needs a little bit more. Some of these letters are a little too thinned out, so I'll do some with white and then kind of go over some areas with the black to like trim the corners on that U. So I'm just making it so that there's less, like there's some of the spacing was a little bit awkward on some of these. And like this C could be a little bit better. And like that M, the second part of the M came up too high. Like I think these can be a little bit thicker. And then I'll just grab the black and then I can just sort of like tighten up some of these areas, make the brush a little bit smaller. And like this U, I can come in here and tuck those corners. Maybe this R, smooth that out a little bit. Same with that. And then I can switch back and maybe pull the E down so it fits there a little bit better. I'm just sort of like going back and forth between the two. And then like that. So it's just sort of like fine tuning some of this stuff to make it fit a little bit better. And then it's easier to like clean up some of these edges with a pixel brush because it allows you to be a little bit more precise. Cool. I think that turned out well, except for this is just a little too beefy up here. All right, hope you liked that, Mitchell. I'm already past an hour, but I gotta keep going. Kevin Hartranth, how's it going? I like the lettering in your icon. Minty Fresh Thoughts, thank you, glad you like it. Mitchell, glad you liked that 3D trick. All right, let's see. We got a thumbs down. Who's thumbing down in me? Coming in here, coming in my live stream, flipping your thumbs around. Rude. The next name on here, the next person is Andra JD. It's got an underscore in there. So I'm not exactly sure if I should just do Andra. If you were here in the chat, let me know if it should just be like, I think if you don't answer, I'll probably just do Andra and then maybe the JD. I don't know. Let me know. Is JD, should it be Andra JD or what? I'm gonna start drawing Andra. Thanks, Tyler. Okay. Andra. Oh, you are here, Andra. Let me know. Do you want me to do just Andra, or should I do Andra and then JD, or blah blah blah? Thank you so much for the super chat, Mitchell. Okay, well, we're just gonna do Andra. I'm gonna freestyle. Laura, thank you so much. She said, I'm your favorite to watch. Love to hear that. Maybe we'll do some like kind of like trippy psychedelic-y letters or something. Sometimes I like to do these with like a shape, but I'm feeling like winging it right now. So that's what we're gonna do. Kind of like how they're getting bigger as they go, so I think I'm gonna lean into that a little bit. Wonder if we want to do something with like a swash situation on the A since it ends with. I could go opposite directions to make it sort of flow. I think we could do something with that. Let's turn that off. Let's bring this down a little bit smaller. Okay, smoothing all the way up. Let's clean this up. So I'm just sort of finding the places where they overlap or they like fit together and just sort of making that a little bit more intentional and a little bit tighter before I go to the final line work, because I'm still sort of like figuring it out at this stage. So the A is a little weird here, so I'm gonna do that first. So I'm trying to make them fit together without being like too wiggly. Like I don't want it to be like the lettering I did for all earlier. And I don't want these swashes to be too thick, because then it might make it look like another character. I think this one just needs to taper a little bit more. I think that'll work. Switch over to the inker. Mike Phelps jumping in with a super chat. It looks like I'm definitely gonna do another one. the 80s have just taken over the background music. Oh, hey, how's it going, everyone? Andrew, you said it's giving octopus vibes and you like it. Awesome. I can see that. It'd be cool to draw some tentacles on these little swashes coming off of the A's. Oh yeah, that was a dramatic ending on that song. Okay, we just real quick. Oh yeah! Nailed it. Alright, let's merge that down. Hope you like it, Andra. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that so much, Andra. Mike Phelps jumps in with the super chat to get his name drawn. Let me switch back to my pencil. Turn the smoothing down so I can sketch. Mike. Phelps. All right. What are we gonna do here? Got lots of angles in that first name. I just play a little bit for a second and see what happens. Sometimes that's how you gotta start, where you just start like playing around, seeing what comes from it. Sometimes you gotta scrap it, sometimes it's cool, but you never know. I was thinking maybe something with these like angles could be cool. Maybe it's like over like that. Maybe this could be something. Maybe I could tighten this up a little bit. make it a little bit easier to read. Let's see how it works with Phelps. Always make a new layer so that I can easily move it if I get the size wrong. And then, surprised this, I was able to guess the size pretty well here. I think this might be something. Did I spell it right? Yes, okay. All right, let's make it better. Granddad's bit. You said to use a tip on your pencil. No, well, so I'm just using some like cheap replacements from Amazon right now. I tend to go through them pretty quickly. I use a screen protector. Currently, I'm using a very, very tired Paperlike that needs to be replaced. I'll probably replace it with, I don't know, a paper feel, because I draw so much that I go through them quickly, and those are cheap, and I feel like they're just as good as I feel like the Paperlike ones wear out so quickly because there's not as much texture, because they want to make them, you know, not affect the screen quality as much, which is nice at first, but then they get scratched very quickly, at least in my experience. All right, I switched over to my inking brush a little too soon, but I think I'm gonna just kind of go in and start refining to make it work. I just want to make the letters fit together a little bit better, but I'm not exactly sure how, so there's going to be some experimentation here. So instead of going sequentially, or like how the name, the letters in order, sometimes I'll just like skip, I'll draw how they fit together first. So like I'm gonna come down here to this H, because that will sort of dictate how the rest of it will fit together. Because this one is sort of very much about how the letters fit together. I'm also being very mindful of how I exaggerate certain letters like the H, because we have a K here, and both of those are letters that can be easily mixed up or look the same. So I'm making sure that my H sort of like angles back a little bit to make it clear that it's not a K, like going that way, and then I'm exaggerating the leg on the K to make it read a little better. I think I'm gonna emphasize the vertical on the other side a little bit more than it currently is. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Johnny Megalos, new member. Awesome. Glad you like the videos, and thank you for being a supporter. Hope you've seen your name included in the supporter graphic. It was recently added. I may need to do a post or a share them. I usually do that, but I don't remember if I did that yet for the newest super supporters. So I like that it's angling up, so I want to kind of do that with the bottoms too, to sort of, I don't know, keep following that path. All right, so I'm gonna skip to the K because I want to make sure that this, like the stem of it, is a little bit more straight so that it doesn't inadvertently read like an X or something like that. Jeez, my RAID hardware backup software just keeps hounding me to update a thing. I'm trying to live stream here, software. I think this, the top of the K is a little too thinned out, and I don't have room to make it thicker the way it's drawn. So I'm gonna do that part after. Now we'll just come back in here, get this eye going. I think to help make this read like an eye, I'm going to make a little separation that will, you know, like a dot. So I'm gonna erase some of this. And then just come in here like that. I'm just like matching these angles to the other letters so that like it feels cohesive, fits together. So this P was looking a little squashed, so I'm gonna draw that next so that I can extend the L as needed to just make it look a little less pinched. That L's a little wild. We might need to tighten it up a little bit. Some of these corners are getting a little rounded, so I can fix that up with the eraser or the brush as an eraser using the modifier in a minute. All right, now we can do the rest of the K based on the shape of the E. All right, let's get rid of that sketch and then come in here and just do a little fine tuning of some of these angles that got a little rounded. I liked the angular quality this had, so I want to keep that going. One last adjustment. Just wanted to make those fit together a little bit better, and then just trim that to match. I think that the K just looked, it was the only area up top here that was just like really long and not changing. Cool. Hope you like it, Mike. Twin, how's it going? Same Delusion, how's it going? You said you watch my videos every day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Well, it's late, but maybe I'll do one more. The last one I'm going to do is from someone who's commented on a lot of past ones, but I haven't been able to draw their name because I ran out of time. But I'm going to do it today. It is Nadeem from Logo Gallery, messaging from Pakistan. So that's N-A-D-E-E-M. E-M. All right. What do I want to do with this one? Maybe some like pointy swirly letters. Kind of like the psychedelic ones, but more pointy. I don't know. I'm just winging it right now. This is pretty similar to that other one. Maybe we can connect those letters. That could be cool. There's something here, but it's not there yet. Thank you so much, Minty Fresh Thoughts. All right. So I think I liked what was happening at the beginning. Let me turn my smoothing up. So I think this connection was kind of cool. This long flowy line. Why does it sound like there's a lawnmower? That is absurd. It is freezing outside. Unless it's a snowblower and it has snowed since I started streaming. I'll not be psyched about that if that's the case. I like this overall shape, and I can't tell if I want it to be semi-symmetrical. What I'm going to do is duplicate this. And flip it. Oops. And see if I can use that as like a guide for the other letters. I'm not sure if I love this shape yet, but I just want to try it out. So that's hard to tell what is what. There we go. Okay. So I think I like the idea just because of the it ending with an M, which is this same shape. So maybe it's just the N, the end of it that I use, and then do the E's differently. I think that maybe that's the move. Yeah, that's the move. So now we just got to figure out the E's. Just gotta fit them together. They're tricky letters to fit together, but maybe we can. Let's see. I think make it work? Can he do it? That's getting a little too forced. We could maybe try doing like a stack situation. I think that could be kind of cool. All right, let's whoops. I got two different things there. Okay. Merge those down. I think I'm gonna do this with vector to get real crisp, pointy lines. And I'm gonna use my crispy vector liner to get real clean lines. All right, let's do it. So just fully drawing through the lines will allow me to get that real sharp point when I use the vector trimming. Well, we're up to 63 likes. Can you guys give me some more likes so people watch this afterwards? Can you please like my video? Please like me. I'm losing it today. I am, I don't know. I recorded some ridiculous things for my color video, so you're just gonna have to check that out on Tuesday to see what I'm talking about, because I was getting a little silly. If you're a channel member, you may already know because I posted some screenshots in the community tab for members. So I was getting a little silly. Look at that, that's kind of fun, huh? All right, I didn't really solve this E situation yet, but it really sounds like someone's either mowing a lawn or snow blowing, and neither of those things make sense right now, and I'm not happy about it. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best with this. I hope you guys aren't hearing this lawn mowing or snow blowing or whatever they're doing out there. But I guess we're getting close to that season where my neighbors are just obsessed with mowing their lawns and blowing the leaves. Makes it very tricky to film and to live stream. So that didn't work because I didn't fully draw through that line. Thank you, Matt. Jake Holly, you said, seems like you're doing tons of YouTube work. How much of your day is client work versus YouTube work? So I have been doing a lot more YouTube lately. Well, I mean, I've been sticking to the schedule of like posting new videos every Tuesday, and it's been hectic. But I'm finding that it's like starting to pay off, and it's like feasible that I can start maybe like transitioning to making that more of like my focal point. Like I still, like, illustration is not gonna go away, but you know, I've been working as a professional illustrator for like 15 years on my own. And then I was working in a studio as a designer for 5 years before that, and I just want to like make my own stuff and do more of that, and like YouTube is a way to like, I don't know, structure that around it. That and like my Skillshare classes, which they're Skillshare now. Eventually that may transition to like not having them on someone else's platform, but you know, that's long-term goals. But anyway, I'm trying to answer your question. So it varies from like week to week or day to day, depending on like my client workload. Because, you know, the past couple of weeks I was spending a lot of time on client work because I was working on these illustrations and animations for this like college, and there's a lot of them that I had to do, so it was like very time consuming. But sometimes my client work is lighter and I can focus more on YouTube, but really lately it's been a lot of just like chaos. So the goal is that I'll be able to be a lot more selective with the projects that I do take on, and let like YouTube and content creation and like sales from my shop be like the main source of income. And then, you know, the illustration will be like the projects that I really want to do. I think that came out pretty cool. I like this. I hope you like it, Nadim. I know you've wanted me to do your name a bunch of times. Let's just quickly pull them all up here. See what I've done. Make myself feel a little bit better. What else did we do? Try not to make these too small so I don't compromise the quality. Though Nadim is vector, so that one can be smaller. Is that all? Oh, we did this one too. I'm gonna duplicate that one so I can make it smaller and not mess up the original. All right, that's what we did. I had fun. I hope you had fun. William L., you said, have you thought about producing AI videos for YouTube? What do you mean by that? Like having AI make my videos for me? Because no, I enjoy making the videos, and I think if I had AI videos, they wouldn't match my vibe at all on my channel. Mitchell, you said, do you feel like design work hurts illustrative work at all? Design work hurts. I don't really know what you mean by that, but I would say not usually. I think they ideally go together well. When an illustrator hires me, designer hires me to do some stuff, it's usually a good working connection. At least for me, I'm at a good point where when people hire me to do illustrations and stuff like that, they're coming to me specifically for my style. So I'm not really having to, force myself into different positions too much, because they're coming to me for me, which is a very fortunate position that I'm in. Mitchell, you said, I feel like design school sort of messed me up with just art in general. Design is normally so exact, and art illustration normally feels better when it's not exact and perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. There's a lot of variation. I think the biggest difference with being a designer versus an illustrator, as someone who's done both, is that as an illustrator, I have like a distinct, unique style, and that's what people come to me for. But when you're a designer, you really have to design for a specific project, and like it's, your own personal style isn't really a thing as a designer. There are unique cases where that's the case and people come for a specific design look, but I feel like those people are usually more illustrators. There are different cases for sure, but design, there's so many variables with design. Like you have things that you need to incorporate, you have to like work within systems where it's more broad than illustration. Thank you so much, Andra. Thanks, Jake. Let's see, any other questions before I pop out? Because I gotta finish editing my video. I gotta export some files for a client. I gotta do some sketches for another project that I'm really excited about that I hope to share more about soon. I have shared some secret stuff to channel members, so when you're a channel member, you get background secret stuff shared. You can click below to find out about memberships. I think you might be into it. If you like my videos, I share bonus videos all the time. There's a lot going on over there. Also, we have a Discord. Also, I've put these graphics in here and use them. Lightning bolts. Ah! What else? I got that, thanks. Oh, also, if you didn't see before, promo code to my shop live, 20% off your order. Link below. Thanks, everyone. Trent, you said, when are we hanging out, dude? I don't know. Where are you? I'm in Connecticut. Thanks, Matt. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you all soon. Don't forget to check out my video on Tuesday. William, you said the standout is Mitchell's name here. Glad you think so. I don't know which one's my favorite. I feel pretty good about these. I like this set. Hope you all do too. All right. Thank you, Emma. Oh, we got another question. Sane Delusion, you said, as a graphic designer illustrator, would it be a good idea to have a marketing director if you have a chance to? Marketing director, like someone who helps you out with projects and promoting yourself. I think, it could be helpful if that's something that you are bad at. I know it takes a lot of work to do that kind of thing. And if it makes sense financially and it frees up time for you to do the stuff that you want to do, I think that could be a good thing for sure. Trent, you are in Dayton, Ohio. I might be visiting Ohio in March, maybe? Not March. It is March now. Maybe the fall. October, maybe? I can't remember. I think it's coming up. My wife manages the low residency illustration MFA program at the Harvard Art School, and they meet in different cities 4 times a year and one of those cities is Columbus. And I usually go on that trip to hang out, visit some pals. NJ Pizza lives there. So yeah, Discord link is in the description. Okay. Yeah, feel free to continue this chat in the Discord, and I will try to catch up on that. But I gotta get back to work. Thank you all. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.